Melissa, you okay?
It's on the consent.
A question?
Question on the consent. The question.
You can ask it.
It's not important.
Okay, Melissa, we all right?
Good evening, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to open this meeting of the Sacramento Metropolitan Fire District, and I've asked Director Orzali to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Oh, I thought that was sorry. All righty. I'd like to give the Metro Cable announcement. The open session meeting is videotaped for Cablecast on Metro Cable 14. Replay on Saturday, February 24th, 2018 at noon, and on Monday, February 26th, 2018 at 6 p.m. on Channel 14. Webcast at www.sacmetrocable.tv. The open session meetings are also available for viewing on the district website at www.metrofire.ca.gov. Now we come to the public opportunity to discuss matters of public interest within district jurisdiction, including items on or not on the agenda. Madam Clerk, do we have any speakers?
There are no speakers this evening.
Thank you. Moving forward, Chair will entertain a motion for consent.
I'll move the consent. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Director Gale.
Yes.
Gould.
Aye.
Orzali.
Aye.
Sheets.
Aye.
Wood.
Aye.
Clark.
Aye.
Kelly.
Aye.
And Jones.
Aye.
Motion passes.
All right, thank you very much. And now we are on to our presentation items. We have the 5 years of service pin for Director Ted Wood, and we're going to hand it over to Chief Harms.
Thank you, directors. Director Wood, would you want to come down to the front here? I got about 4 pages to read here for everybody. First off, sir, congratulations on his 5 years as a director with the Metro Fire. Director Wood was originally appointed to the by the Board of Supervisors in February of 2013 and attended his first Metro meeting February 28th of 2013. He was appointed to the Finance and Audit Committee from 2014 to 2016. He did get off there for a little bit, but now he's back again serving on the committee for another year. He's also served on the Rancho Cordova 2x2 committees. Was nominated to the Executive Committee beginning in 2015 as the Secretary, 16 as the Vice President, and served last year in 17 as the President. He has attended the CAP-to-CAP meetings in D.C., working closely with the Homeland Security team, and in 2016 was elected to another 4-year term till 2020. Congratulations on your 5 years as a director with Metro Fire. Me personally, it was a really good year, my first year in 2017, but having you here, and the one thing that I could do was rely on your leadership as we went through different things. And when I say that, it was, for me, new in the role and being able to ask you what's the history or what have we done or what's some guidance on how we move things forward, and I really appreciated that. One thing that I have learned is that I have put out a lot of information to the district directors, and one thing that you will always ask about if I don't put it in there, are the members okay? And you are always concerned with the members, and consistently either I hear from you or from your stations of you being out and visiting with them and what's going on and what's happening. I think that commitment to being out there, what's going on, what's happening, is one of the reasons why you're such a great director. So congratulations and thank you.
All right. And we have Ted Wood's family to help pin his 5-year acknowledgement.
Stick him. Stick him.
Oh.
Draw some blood. Draw some blood. Yeah.
You were nice today, so, all right.
Ooh.
And the button?
Stand together.
Party.
Speech. Speech? Oh, he said no.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah. It's a weird place to be.
All right, congratulations to Director Woods as well as his family. Thanks for coming. All right. Next item on our agenda are our reports. There is, number one is President's report. There is no report from me nor President Barnes. Item number two, Fire Chief's report, and he's going to take over the operations report as well.
Directors, good evening. A quick report here on February 22nd. We had a promotion in Community Relations Coordinator of Chris Dargan. Effective the 13th is now the coordinator position. We have a new communications technician, Alejandro Barra. I was close, not even. Lots of different meetings that are going on. Last meeting while we were here, Director Kelly started off my first donation for Fill the Boot. We went out for the Fire Chiefs Challenge and for Fill the Boot over the weekend. Tyler Kraft from Metro and Rick Gardner from Sac City spent the weekend up in the bucket collecting money out there. It was a all-time high, and they raised $166,000 out there over the 3 days. Just absolutely incredible. I think part of it was the weather was just really nice out there. They had a kind of a safety fair that was filled with folks that were out there. I am happy after that initial donation by Director Kelly that the chiefs in the area raised $16,000, and Metro raised $9,000 of the 16, and so we took first place back again. Not that I'm competitive, but I did like that portion of it. I will have to say thank you to my command staff, and we probably had 40 members that were out there in the street during that time, and they came out and supported me more than I expected. But overall, the event for the firefighters Burn Institute was just incredibly successful this year. Myself and Battalion Chief Adam House and Dr. Rossiter did a panel this past week on cardiovascular prevention, and they had a number of folks that were there, and we talked a lot about the fire service and heart disease and illnesses. Myself and Chief House sat on the panel and talked about where we are at today, and had some very positive conversations with UC Davis about some screening and some opportunities that they would like to offer up to our members, especially members over 40 degrees, for some pre-screening towards cardiac disease and some of the disease profiles. So we're going to work with them and see how that works out.
40 years of age.
40, what did I say? 40 degrees.
Because you're really dead at that point.
Then you're really gone.
Yeah.
40 years old. We had our cap-to-cap meeting recently. We had the kickoff for that. We had our Citrus Heights 2x2, in which Director Orzali and Director Gould was there. And what I'm seeing is really the benefit of, I think we got away from doing those for a while, but the benefit of sitting down at the table and sitting and talking. One of the things that I think that stood out in that meeting, we talked about a number of different things, but we did a shift, and Chief Johnson did a shift in fire prevention to get a plans intake out into the field. And so they spend part-time over at Citrus Heights and part-time over at Rancho Cordova. And I think that has really helped with customer service, people coming in, dropping off plans, having someone there, knowing what time they're going to be there. And right now, if you just drive around and look, you just look at the amount of construction that's going on, our ability to provide that service and not make them do 2 stops and come down to here, but have 1 stop shop over there has gone very well, and they were very, very happy with our folks over there. So that was a very good meeting. We spent some time today with some members and talking about our mission-driven culture in probably the end of May. When we have our board retreat, we'll bring a number of items from that to the board and kind of explain where we're at today and where we're going into the future. Upcoming events on March 1st, next Thursday, correct? Next Thursday is the first Metro Fire Award Gala. It's at Arden Hills at 6 p.m. I would love to see any of the directors that can attend. It's the changing our award ceremony up from what we had done the last few years here in the boardroom and going out and having it at the Arden Hills Country Club, correct? Yeah, the country club that is out there. Also coming up here real soon is that we were working with the Kings and did basically a PSA. They're doing a relief drive for the folks that were affected by the wildfires. They're going to release that on Saturday night, post the Kings game, and then you'll see it out there. And the relationship that Chris has built with them, they came and asked if they could come out and put some of their members of the team in turnouts and have them climb some ladders and do some things. And so I saw some of the Facebook posts that they had done, and it looked really well. I think they had fun with that portion of it, so that will be out. On the ops side, about 3,700 calls since our last meeting and 4 structure fires. That group is busy doing running calls and doing a lot of training. We're seeing a little bit of reduction in wall time that's starting to happen. We're all hoping that the flu side of it is starting to slow down a little bit, but that's a positive side. I think our peak was about 4 hours at wall time in the last 2 weeks. But the average is around 20-some minutes at the high places, which is much better than where we were last year. So that ends my report unless there's some questions.
Do you have any particulars on some of the meetings, the one at Arden Hill? What's the particular on that? What's
That up there is
the
a,
address of the place?
oh, okay, I'll get that to you. I do not have that in front of me. I'll get the address to you and the time for that.
Any particulars?
Okay.
All right. Any other questions for the chief? We'll move forward to report number 3, SMFD Firefighters Local 522.
Good evening, directors, Chief Harms, Trevor Jameson, Local 522 Vice President. Great to be here tonight. I think keeping with the meeting as it's going, it's going to be somewhat brief, but I too want to echo the Fill the Boot. 4 days out there. It's a wonderful event, and right now the unofficial total that was out there was 166,000, which was quite a bit more than the previous record. It'll probably turn out to be more like 168 or 169,000 dollars. Over 4 days. So it's a really amazing event. I know you all support that, and some of them are out there, so we really appreciate that. Also, it was a lot of fun, just to echo what Chief Harms said. He did get out there and win, but he did have a lot of support, and we even had our Saudi firefighter visitors out there running around in the street, and it was a good time, and I think it was enjoyed by the membership. In terms of being here, and I just always want to be here and let you know that the membership is active right now. The membership is very engaged. They're looking forward to, it's a negotiation year, so that's one thing that helps. But one of the things that I'm doing and the other leaders of 522 and the shift reps is we're going out and meeting our members in the stations. We're talking to them. We're getting a lot of dialogue going. So when I come to you, I'm bringing you back information from the fire stations. I know you guys go out and visit the fire stations and do those things, but when I'm bringing you information, I'm bringing you stuff back from the firehouses. It's coming through my shift reps, through the directors, and it's information they want you to have. And I know that you'll hear that and do what you can with it. So I just want to urge you to, when I'm talking, that you know that it's coming from our membership. Director Wood, congratulations. That's all I have for tonight, unless you have any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Jameson. Thank you. Okay, next on the agenda, we have committee and delegate reports. There is no executive committee report. Communications Center, JPA, A.C. Johnson, welcome to the podium.
Good evening, Director. Since your last meeting, we did have a meeting at the Comm Center JPA where they began work on the preliminary budget for 18-19 fiscal year. They've also started the first session of several to come on a strategic plan for the JPA moving forward. So we're very excited about that, and we'll have more information coming to you soon. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Chief Johnson. All right, California Fire and Rescue Training JPA, D.C. Shannon, welcome.
Good evening. We have not met since we've met last. Our next meeting is Thursday, March 15th, 4 o'clock, next door at the CESC.
All right, thank you, sir. Finance and Audit Committee, Director Kelly.
Yes, the Finance and Audit Committee was scheduled to meet today. That meeting was canceled, and we will be meeting on March 22nd.
Thank you, sir. Policy Committee, Director Gould.
To be determined.
TBD. Thank you so much.
Madam President?
Yes,
I'm
Director.
not a member of that policy committee. Just for the record.
Okay.
Oh, you bet.
All right, well, thank you, it's so noted. We will now move to board member questions and comments. Director Gill, we'll go ahead and go from my right to left.
Okay.
Please.
Not a comment, but it is one. I tried to call you, and you made a great impact on LAFCO.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
One of the few great speeches I've heard, and what's it all about. And very proud of it. I had intended to make it, but you took care of business.
Oh, thank you, and I appreciate that ongoing support. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Director Gould?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to thank the city of Citrus Heights that hosts and participates in Fill the Boot, and the whole group there that continues to support that worthwhile effort. And I'm very proud of what's accomplished there. It does good things for a lot of really wonderful charities. And so thank you to the city of Citrus Heights and the surrounding citizens that don't live in the boundaries for that. And it's really just a fantastic opportunity to build relationships in that part of our service area. So thank you again.
Excellent point. Director Ozali.
Thank you. I just wanted to congratulate everyone on the Fill the Boot campaign. It was tremendously successful, as it always is, but this year was particularly so. And even though many of us were strong-armed by the chief, I don't want to go there. The other thing, I did participate in a meeting, the 2x2 meeting with Citrus Heights. It was a very positive meeting. I think the leadership in Citrus Heights has done a phenomenal job in that community, and we were very pleased to be part of that. So thank you to everyone who was involved.
All right, very well. Director Sheets.
Good evening. I'd like to congratulate Director Wood for your years of service. Also wanted to thank the members that volunteered their time for the Fill the Boot. Very successful and really great opportunity to get out there. Looking forward to the March 1st award gala, attending to that. I wanted to especially thank Melissa and Chris Dargan for the opportunity that I had today to attend the every 15-minute drill at Center High School. It's such a great program, being in the field and in the hospital, seeing it on both sides. I also had the privilege of meeting 2 of the Saudi firefighters and getting their perspective on it. They've never had any opportunity like this, and it was just really great to see them participate and then how they really took it in. So really wanted a special thank you to that. And then lastly, I'm going to recuse myself from closed session item number 1, and I'll return to the closed session item number 2.
Thank you, Director. Director Wood.
Question.
Do you mind waiting just a little bit and we'll go down the line?
Sure.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to say I do volunteer with the Burn Institute, and prior to our last meeting, which was the Thursday before the Fill the Boot, Perry from the Burn Institute had gotten word to me that they were short on firefighters for Saturday afternoon shift, and so I had mentioned that to Chief Bridge, and he said he would take care of it. And when I showed up for my volunteer shift Saturday afternoon, Perry had come to me and said that she didn't know what happened or how it happened, but she felt like she had about 40 Metro firefighters at her doorstep on Saturday morning trying to help her out and figure out what they could do. So it was wonderful to be a part of, to hear that, know that our organization steps up like it does. So that was absolutely outstanding. And Chief, you're a little modest. It wasn't $9,800. It was closer to $99. You had $9,866, which was, by my account, was about 60% of the total raise from all the chiefs of the region. So that's quite outstanding. And lastly, I just want to say I've been humbled and grateful to be a part of this. I thank everyone for all the help that they've given me, from my directors to everyone out in the field, out in the offices. And hopefully the good folks at Division 4 will give me a chance to get another 5-year pin. So thank you.
Thank you, Director Woods. Director Clark.
Yes, I'd like to, first of all, congratulate Director Wood on his 5 years. Pretty soon it'll be 10 years, who knows? And I also want to congratulate the chief. And also I want to mention a little bit about, our hearts go out to the 19 people that got killed in that Parkland incident. That was really tragic, and hopefully this trend will stop, or we can do something about it. But I just wanted to express my condolences to those folks back there in Florida. That's all I have, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Director Kelly?
The Carpenters Union was working out in Citrus Heights on a volunteer project for the Veterans Hall. That project was being worked on Saturday before last. I'd worked on it a month ago, and then we had some guys finishing it up, and a good friend of mine, Jerry Castagnon, late 40s Hispanic guy, had a heart attack while he was out there. and Metro Fire's crews showed up and scooped him up and got him over to Mercy San Juan, and he is resting at home and recovering. So I don't know what crew was working or anything else, but I did want to let them know thank you for helping my brother out.
Thank you, Director Kelly. Director Gale, would you like another?
I'm interested in our connection with the Sardis Fire Department or whatever. What do they have to offer? There's another place that I have pretty good connection in the Middle East, but why the Saudis? What are they offering?
I think Chief can probably answer that. The basic is an exchange program, I believe. Chief?
We were approached by the International Association of Fire Chiefs, and it's an international program. And because of our reputation in training and as being a progressive district, they asked if we would host 8 of the Saudi firefighters here on an international program and introduce them to the training, the tactics, the response. They're a very large department that is over there, but they don't have a lot of call volume. And so myself, along with the members, along with 522, sat and talked about the benefits for us, the opportunities that we have. We wanted to make sure that there was no additional cost or any type of fees that the district would pay, that the IFC would pay all of those. And it has been above and beyond what I expected as far as a benefit for the district. The membership opportunity, the interaction with them, the opportunity for people to build programs, deliver training, and it just goes in line with what has been said tonight, and Director Wood said, is that you put a challenge out there or an opportunity, and the membership is set up and really have driven forward, and it has allowed a lot of opportunities for our members to be in positions of leadership. I think a few months ago we did a presentation before the board with a lot more detail. If you'd like, I can give you that presentation and kind of go through it if you need additional information.
Yeah, I'm interested. As a matter of fact, my favorite country is one next to them, the Israelis. And they really take care of business. And we had great relation with them. I remember in '67 we did some things with them. And that's what I was wondering, what the Saudis, Oh, so they're asking for help?
Yes, it's a partnership.
Oh, okay.
Okay, thank you, Director.
Madam Chair?
Sir?
I would
Director
like to
Cox?
add also that Director Kelly, if I'm not mistaken, you did not mention the fact that Mr. Castañon would not be alive if it weren't for the efforts of the carpenters, other guys that knew CPR, that kept him alive.
We had 2 carpenters that knew CPR.
Absolutely.
They made the phone call right away.
Right.
They were online with the dispatch and performed CPR, and that's what. And then the Lucas device showed up.
There you go.
There you
It made us all aware of the value of knowing CPR, because from what I heard, he would not be alive if it weren't for their efforts before the ambulance got there. So we all became aware again about, oh my gosh, I need to upgrade my CPR, or a lot of people that haven't been doing it they're getting ready to take a course now because of that. It really heightened awareness among the building trades as to the value of knowing CPR.
Well, thank you for a very moving story, and I'm glad it's, in the end, it's turned out well. So far, so good. Thank you, gentlemen. All right. Oh, my turn. Okay. Well, first of all, I look forward to the awards banquet next week, and also for our own strategic planning retreat. I'll be looking forward to hearing a compilation of all the meetings and suggestions and ideas that have been gathered so far. I'm very glad to hear about the reduced wall times, Chief. That's great. Thank you all. Staff efforts, and as well as our hospital partners. And congratulations to all the folks for the Fill the Boot fundraiser, successful, and glad Metro was successful this year. All right, with that, we will be adjourning to closed session. No telling how long it will last, so all the folks in the audience, have a good evening.